Hello and welcome to another podcast of Lazy Wealth Creation. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying with us all of this time. Please make sure you're subscribing and you're liking our channel and you're looking through that back catalogue. And obviously, if you really want to, leave us some great reviews, please. 5 stars is great. If you want to leave less than 5 stars, go and leave it on someone else's, would you? We're going to talk about ways that you can live in houses free. Totally free. Imagine, not just any house. I'm not talking about some crack den in the middle of Toxteth now. Sorry, Toxteth. Toxteth is a wonderful place where you can buy houses very cheaply from the local authority of Liverpool. It's a wonderful area full of culture. Anyway, so I'm not talking about those sorts of houses. I'm talking about the sort that you see on films. I'm talking about the 4-bed semi-detached or 4-bed detached with their own grounds in the middle of Cobham or Esher in the lovely green grasses of Surrey. There's loads of them all over the UK now, by the way. What I'm talking about is there are lots of people who travel. And although they love to travel, they also want the peace of mind that their homes are safe. And they want the peace of mind that their little doggies and little cats are kept safe. So what better to do than to have somebody that they can trust look after their house for 3 months while they sail around the world, or 6 months while they sail around the world. And you go, no, that surely isn't true. No one's going to give me the keys to their house. Well, that's not true. There is a site, you know I love my websites, guys, called Trusted House Sitters. And Trusted House Sitters match up, think Tinder, but for houses, okay? They match up people who need somewhere to look after and people who want them to look after the place. So if you're a dog person or a cat person and you really want to have somewhere to live, you can go on there, sign up. It's £120 for the year, for the whole year. So £10 a month. You have to pay in advance, 120 quid. I know that might be a lot to some people, but 120 quid rent free. Think about that. How much rent is it in in London for a room share, never mind a house share. An actual room share, I think, costs like 600 a month at the moment. So this is 120 quid. You put in your offer. You get to virtually meet the individual. You can then arrange to go and, see the house, see the dog, see the cat and whatever. And if everything goes okay, you now have an appointment and an agreement to stay in their house for a period of time. That could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, could be a year or more. And you get to look after this dog, and the owners, I'm sure, will want to check in with you every now and then on Skype or WhatsApp or something. But then you get the beauty of having this lovely house, rent-free, utility-free, and you just live in the house. All you got to do is walk the dog, feed the cat, probably clean up some cat litter or something like that. But in exchange, you're living somewhere rent-free. Now, if that doesn't sound like a great deal, I don't know what does. So the name of that place again, House Sitters. Just type it in Google, you'll find it, I promise you. 120 quid. Worth every penny. So now, obviously that's the money saving tip, but of course that's not why you're here. The money making tip. Now, one of the things I've talked about in previous episode about dog walking, which is great, but one of the struggles I had a few years ago was I didn't just have a dog, I didn't just have a cat, I also had 2 rats. Little beautiful rats they were. They were absolutely lovely little things. People misunderstand rats. If you ever had a rat as a pet or a pair of rats, let me know in the comments below how lovely they were. Because I tell you what, I've never met a rodent owner who said, oh, they were really horrible, I didn't like them. They were absolutely gorgeous. So let me know in the comments below if you've ever had a rat or 2. And I don't mean the type that you pick up at 3 o'clock in the morning with the kebab. I don't mean that type of rat, guys, okay? I'm talking about the rat with the big long tail and the teeth and stuff. Actually, that still probably describes most of the girls in Birkenhead, to be quite honest with you. You know the type I'm talking about. Anyway, my point is that although you can get dog sitters and dog walkers, it's very difficult to get rodent sitters. And you still need to feed them. You still got to make sure they're watered. You still got to clean their cage. So there's a real niche market there for people who, even if they want to go away for a weekend, you could be a rodent sitter or pet sitter, but specialize in rodents. And to be honest with you, they're fairly low maintenance. Some of them don't get out the cage. It's a big cage usually, but some of them do, but they only go in certain places. You like let them out on the bed and they muck about, and some of them wee and poo, so you got to be a bit careful. But for the vast majority of them, it's a really easy gig. And if you start advertising that on social media, again, get those coupons that we talked about in the previous episodes, start advertising that you do that sort of stuff as well as dog walking or pet sitting. You can feed the cat. Oh my God, guys, I swear to God, if you don't make money doing this, something is wrong, okay? Because the amount of pets in the UK, there's over 17 million pet owners in the UK, guys. 17 million. If you can't find 10 customers in your area who need somebody to look after their rat or their cat or their dog, something is wrong here, guys, and we need to have a chat. So the money making, don't just talk about dog walking and dog sitting. What about cats? What about rodents? What about snakes? What about lizards? What about parrots? What about budgerigars? Even one. What about tropical fish? I mean, I know that they have those like slow release, the fish things for the food, but then you come back and the tank's all green, it's filled with algae because it's not very nice. And, you know, the big fish is eating the little fish and it's not very nice. So when you're putting out your adverts to say, you know, I'm going to be a pet sitter, don't just talk about the usual suspects. You know, I'm going to look after your dog. No. Cat, parrot, budgie, even insects. Some people, spiders. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I will never be looking after no spiders, okay? I've got enough free spiders in my house to be looking after, an exiting stage left out the window. I am not a fan of spiders, okay? Horrendous experience with spiders. Scorpions, also no. Snakes, not so bad. But my point is, guys, there's a niche market out there, and I bet you within a 10-mile radius, you're going to find people who have snakes as pets, reptiles as pets, rats as pets, probably not at the same time though, because of course the snake, you know, and that. But have a look, start putting that out there and see what type of response you get. And please, as always, let me know in the comments below. So the money saving one, which is massive, saves you months worth of rent. Go onto housesitters.com, start looking after other people's pets for them. See what that goes for you, let me know. But the money making one is turn that into a full-time business as well, because just because you're staying in someone's house, you can still look after other people's pets in the same area. That could be your job. So then you're living rent-free, utility-free, looking after one dog or one cat, and then in the wider area, you're looking after other people's. Wow, you've just made money and saved an absolute ton of money in one tiny little episode of less than 10 minutes. Let me know below, guys. Make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're liking, make sure you're giving us those 5-star reviews, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.